Hello believers, you might be confused. Which player to claim from this Grassroot Greats event or from this week 6 of the Ragnarok, right? So in this video I will share with you such an incredible player who is literally going to cook your opponent scoring a lot of goals. Not only that, I will share with you amazing strategies which will help you to know, is that player really going to be relevant or meta for next few months? Anyway bros, I am Mr. Believer. Very consistent in uploading amazing contents and giving proper analysis of games. And to get notification for such in-depth analysis, you can subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon as it's free, plus your one subscribe will motivate me for more outstanding contents like this. Now let's begin with how this video workflow will be. So this Thursday, EA launched week 6 of the Ragnarok event, where you can see a lot of new players are available, along with they launched the Grassroot Greats event, and here also many players are available. So I will definitely tell you the most worthy player who can give you great performance. But to judge performance, I will rate them out of 3 total points. And if I tell a specific player is 1 out of 3, then you have to think that player is low recommended. If I say a specific player is 2 out of 3, then think that player is mid recommended. And if I rate that specific player as 3 out of 3, then that player is highly recommended. Not only that, as usual, I'm going to give a rating based on number 1, stats and gameplay performance, number 2, relevant time, and finally number 3, cost of shards. So, firstly, let's begin with player number 7, Roberto and Dudek. Roberto is left midfielder 111 OVR. He is recently like top 9 to top 10 midfielder in game, if we even include the left-wing position players in left midfielder rank list. This card is very active and quick. He is very smooth, good on stamina, and instead of a midfielder, he mostly acts like a center midfielder. That's what I felt. Absolutely amazing on finesse shots. You can see this goal, bros. Oh my god, he is such an outstanding dribbling, you can't even imagine. He can also play in center midfielder and in left back as an alternative position, but he is crazy effective in center midfielder position. You can think like this guy is top 10 center midfielder in the game right now. The bad thing on him is having right foot weak, as that's a cons for the player who plays on left wing. So using him on right center midfielder is okay thing. Now being 111 OVR, 1k shards is decent. However, you all know well that Grassroot Great Shards collection is quite hard, as gems packs are outdated. So it actually costs around 1250 shards if the pack would have been updated. That's the reason the price is a little high, but the card is really good and effective. I will rate him 1 out of 3, which means low recommended due to high cost and availability of better LM in game. He will be relevant for next 2 to 2.5 months at least. Talking about worthiness, almost many of the players from Grassroot Greats event in Scouting Camp is crazy boosted by EA, and I felt they are very powerful and giving over performance, so I will highly suggest wait for 6 to 8 days at least, as up to that time those players might get nerfed. Next, I kept Dudek in the same list because a lot of you will surely ask me about Dudek. Dudek is mid-card, and he is recently top 15 goalkeeper in the game. As per the shards price, he is worth it, but relevant time might be less. I just casually included Dudek to give my opinion, and throughout this video I have discussed dual players. In the player number 6, we have Papin and Torres. Now talking about Papin, he is recently one of the best strikers in the game. 4-star skill moves, 134 pace, 134 shooting, and 123 dribbling, along with 103 physical. He is short and has long shot taker traits, power header traits, and outside foot shots. Very balanced and overpowered card. He will be useful for F2P users for next 2 to 3 months for sure. And just 800 shards price is crazy cheaper in my opinion. We're talking about the Torres card. He costs 1500 shards, which is crazy expensive. And he is like top 9 to top 10 player in the game. They both are similar, but Torres are quite expensive. And I will go over Papin against the Torres card. Honestly, recently Papin card also felt overboosted. My opponent was cooking me, and I was also cooking many opponents, so chances of nerf are there, which you will only know once you guys wait for some 6 to 8 days at least. Overall, I will recommend Papin 3 out of 3 for F2Ps, where for P2W users or those who have shards, go for top meta strikers instead of Papin or Torres. Now moving to the number 5, we have Mendy and Marcelo. Recently, Mendy is the top 2 or top 3 left back in the game. He is 110 OVR, so if you really care about performance, then he is great for you. However, if you care about OVR, then he might not be okay for you. However, I can predict right now that he will be good for at least 3 months. The main advantage on Mendy is he has 4-star skill moves, decent pace, he also has decent height, and he is really good defensively and mostly stays in mid to defense areas. Speed is a bit cons on him, but overall a great card, and costing 1k shards for 110 is high, especially in this event, as it's cost like 1250 shards, so I am recommending 2 out of 3, but performance-wise, 3 out of 3. Talking about Marcelo, he is a focused attacking left back. He is short and bad physically, however, speed and defensively he is good. He is recently like top 3 left back, and costing 1500 shards is very high, so I am not recommending 1 out of 3 to him also, just because he is crazy costly and shards is quite hard to collect in this event. I know big criticism is waiting for me, but still, If you want to go, performance-wise, take Mendy. I just don't prefer because you are getting cons like high shards and 110 OVR in Mendy. So, if you don't care about OVR, only care about performance, you can go. Basically, my analysis is long-term, so it also depends on your needs. I don't mean completely ignore the player as I am saying. What I mean is, see your condition and try to play moves according to the guide. Moving to the player number 4, we have Mon and Kompany. Mon and Kompany came in the week 6 of Ragnarok, and this time Kompany came as 111 OVR player, which is max rating in game. He is like a top 5 center back in the game. Really good on defending, and he has also dive into tackles traits. Medium-high work rate, performance-wise, good in game. The 1250 cost is okay for him, in my opinion. When talking about Macon, he is crazy costly. He costs 1,500 shards, which is very high. However, Macon is like top 3 right back in the game recently. He has 4-star skill moves, 130 pace, good passing, dribbling, and defending. Height is also good, and he is really good gameplay-wise also. You will feel the scouting camp week 5 and week 6 combo squad week against the Grassroot greats, but also both Macon and Kompany were giving good performances. Top 3 right back, but 1,500 shards, so I will recommend him. 2 for F2P, where 3 for the P2W users. After wasting 1,500 shards, players like him is definitely worthy, as he will be good for 3 months at least, and in Kompany case, he will be above top 5 within next few days because EA launches center backs in-game very excessively, so I will just recommend 2 out of 3 for Kompany as he is costing 1,250, top 5 in-game, and replacement might come easily. Comment down, what do you think about these 2 players, bros? Talking about the player number 3, we have Zidane. Recently, Zidane is like top 2 or 3 center midfielder in the game. It might be definitely controversial. Between Bellingham and Zidane, who is the best center midfielder, but I think Bellingham is better center midfielder than Zidane, and he also came in this after daybreak. So I will highly suggest you go for the Bellingham card instead of Zidane. He came on week 1 of the Ragnarok, and you can see his price is also 1,500 shards. He has a 4-star skill move, which is enough for the center midfielder. Bellingham lane changes are quite faster than of Zidane, however the flexibility on shooting will be more on Zidane, as his both feet are 5-star, and also if you want Elastico in center midfielder, then Zidane can be a great option. One more thing I would like to tell you guys about Bellingham is, not only offensively, but defensively also, Bellingham is really good. Anyway, going back to week 6 and seeing the stats of the Zidane, you can see 120 pace, shooting is good, dribbling is also good on him, but a bit less defending and physical, which is not really important for the card, like Zidane, who especially loves to go for attacking. Now, I said the pros and cons of both of those cards, like you can take Bellingham if you need a good center midfielder with attack and defense. But if you need the one who is good on skills, shooting, and accurate on it, then Zidane might be good for you. That's totally upon you. I will suggest Zidane 3 out of 3 for P2W, where 2 out of 3 for F2P, as he is really costly, and for F2P shards, allocation is an important thing. Anyway, Zidane is surely going to be relevant for next 3 months, and same for Bellingham. Now, moving to player number 2, we have Natale and Rafael Leao. Natale is one of the best left winger in the game right now, who is like top 5 best winger in game. Absolutely destroyer and pace abuser. Incredible dribbling along with pace, and he is short on height, due to which makes very explosive. Maybe overboost was also the reason which made me feel like this card is very lethal in wing areas. Not only that, he can also play the striker position, and he is like a top 10 striker in his alternative position too. Just one thing is, he is 110, but also 650 shards price is really cheap in my opinion, and this is the perfect option if you are F2P. I will recommend 3 out of 3 for F2P, where only 2 out of 3 for P2W, or those who have higher shards. He also has many traits which you can see here, and this guy will definitely be relevant for the next 3 months. But talking about Rafael Leao, he is a very speedy winger who has less stamina, so changes are required after 60 to 70 minutes. Dribbling is really good along with shooting, and he has 4-star weak feet. Recently, Leao is like a top 7 to top 10 winger, which depends on your taste. He is good on finesse shots and very deadly, however he is a bit weighty and feels a little heavy on the joystick, and in terms of smoothness I felt like Natale is better, plus shards-wise also Natale is a better option. Literally 1250 cost is high, as he is also 110 rating player, so I don't prefer Rafael Leao. Finally, moving to player number 1, we have Olise. Stats-wise, he is not extremely impressive, that's balanced stats, but performance-wise, this time also Olise is very deadly, however this card cons is having less stamina. You must change him, so if you have an alternative right winger, then he is really deadly. Height is 184, which is decent, has 4-star skill moves, he has 129 pace, shooting is good, along with 5-star weak foot, and a lot of shooting traits like finesse shot, outside foot. Apart from that, his assists and passing are also really incredible. Overall, he is a very smooth card, and cons is physical and stamina. 800 cost in this event is like 1k shards in Ragnarok for 110 OVR. That's like 1500 shards for 111 OVR players. So for cards like Olise, that's normal. He is the top 3 right winger in the game and can even play a lot of positions like right midfielder, center attacking midfielder. I will recommend him 2 out of 3 because I felt a little unbalanced, like if you are the one who can grind high shards, then you will get a better right winger in Ragnarok, where if you are F2P, then the cost is already high. Anyway, there is higher chances in upcoming days players like Messi might come in right winger. However, I am sure performance-wise Olise is the one who should be recommended 3 out of 3, plus EA doesn't launch meta right wingers that much. So, you can go for Olise if you feel off with my rating 2 only. Now bros, comment down which player I have missed. Don't worry, one more video on which player you should select from each position in this Ragnarok video is coming, and once I launch that video, if you want, you can definitely start claiming players with the shards you have collected. For now, we just discussed those players surfacely testing on scouting camp, and with the help of ranking given by some pro guiders who are very regular on game and in the rank push. So, believers, that's all for now. I will meet you with the next one. Till then, your lovely host, Mr. Believer, signs out.